Sweet. Right. So everything's recording. Everything's recording. Sweet.
Mother's recording.
Your mother's recording. Your fucking mother's recording. I'm keeping that in, by the way. Happy days. So, yeah, welcome to the Welsh Bigfoot organisation podcast. It's been more than a month, so apologies, but we're here again. We're back in the space, and Tom has a neck this time. Cool. So how it works is we literally come together, hopefully once a month, have a couple of beers, and discuss 3 stories. So we pick one each, and then we have a bonus story that we decide kind of together. This one today, I think, was posted on our site on Facebook page.
The bonus one. Bonus one,
yeah. Sound cool. So, do you want to? Because you've got a cool one. I know you've got a cool one.
Do you want me to start?
Yeah.
No problem. Okay, so today I'm going to be looking at the Flatwoods monster. So it's got a few other names as well, but that's the one I always remember because it's the easiest one. So it's one of these ones coming back from the 50s. I do like the old classic ones, largely because they've developed more folklore around them and things. By the time you get your hands on them, the newer stuff is just the odd sighting or whatever. You don't get much about it. But this is quite a nice little one. Flatwood is a little town in West Virginia, middle of nowhere. Back in 1952. September 12th, there's a few boys playing football in a field, and while they were playing football they saw this fiery flash in the sky. Some people have described it as a ball of fire. It zoomed overhead, and then they thought it had crashed into a hill not far by.
Yeah.
So boys being boys,
they
decide to go and have a look for it. So they start going towards the hill. They meet a couple of other people along the way, a mother and her 2 sons, 2 sons, and a 17-year-old who was a National Guardsman joined them as well, brought his dog along.
Cool.
So they're walking up the hill towards where they think there's been this crash, and I've seen different variations on the time frame and when things happened with it, but from what I can tell, there was this fog had developed, and it had this horrible, like, burnt metallic smell or sulphury kind of weird smell.
Yeah.
And they could see a flashing red light up ahead, and the dog darted up the hill towards this red light into the fog, and then all of a sudden came running back again, crying, ran back into town.
Well, you just left.
Dog just fucking went. So they carried on, walking up towards this flashing red light. So they get to the top of the hill, they find these 2 lights in front of them, and then the National Guardsman raises up his torch, looks behind in another direction behind them, I think, and they see this 12-foot tall creature with glowing eyes. Some I can't say just glowing orange eyes, some say orange and flickering green. Most of them describe them looking like portholes.
Cool.
And then, like on a ship type thing. And then some of them say that it didn't have arms. Some of them say it had little, like, hooked hands or like toy-like arms. And then it was kind of like metal, almost like a metal gown coming down.
Like armour.
Kind of like armour. People think, possibly it could have been some kind of robot or some kind of armour, but almost like a frock coming down.
Got you. The toilet roll holder.
Like the toilet roll cover things. Yeah. And then it had like almost an ace of spades shape, either head or maybe a cowl behind its head.
Okay.
So they saw this, and then all of a sudden it started making a hissing sound and started gliding towards them. At which point they legged it. Yeah. So they went and they told the sheriff about it. The sheriff went up to have a look. All they could find was the smell that had been described.
The
then,
fog, is it?
well, not even the fog, I don't think, at this point,
Just the
but they
residual smell.
could still smell the smell that had been described. And then they went back the next day and found skid marks on the ground and this thick black liquid.
Okay.
I have seen documentaries where apparently the army did come and then investigate and haven't released what if
What they
anything
found,
they found.
That story's all
this-
too regular, isn't it?
Yeah, but this hit the news at the time. I mean, back in the 50s was the height of UFO mania, especially like B movies as well, and things like that. So this went into the news big time, and then they found out that another woman a few miles away had seen the creature with a daughter, and it had been that scary for the terrifying for the daughter that she'd ended up in hospital for 3 weeks.
Shit. Okay.
The mother
Traumatising,
of the
man.
guardsman said that the night that it happened, the house shook like it was going to fall off the foundations, and that the radio cut out for 45 minutes. And then some of the kids who had been up and seen this, they also came down with some kind of illness, which one doctor described, said it was similar to the symptoms of mustard gas.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Okay. It's from World War Two.
Yeah,
World War One. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. So and then apparently 2 days later the dog died.
What? That dog had legged it back in his
Yeah,
own?
apparently that had been vomiting and things, and that died. And a day after the Flatwoods encounter, there was a couple that were driving near the mountains of Frametown, which are not far away. They had a similar experience. Their car broke down, couldn't get it started, and then all of a sudden they had smelt this foul odour in the air.
That's weird. Yeah.
And then they were circling the car to try and find where the smell was coming from, and they saw something that they described as pretty much the same, except that from the waist up they described it as being a reptilian creature.
All right. Okay. So this is the first kind of thing I hear
So-
about in 1957 with the reptilians
Yeah.
coming into it, didn't they?
So yeah, it was initially reported as being about 10 feet tall to 12 feet tall and 4 foot wide. It appeared to have some sort of robotics suit,
Yeah.
rather than it being able to see the body.
So obviously it's wearing some kind of either travel, like
Yeah, so I mean, people are describing it as either being in some kind of vehicle or in some kind of armour, rather than it.
that's what it's made of.
Yeah.
So it's obviously wearing something rather than actually that is what the creature's made of.
And over the years, apparently there's been sightings there over the years since and things, but nobody really knows what it is, obviously.
So the hood did, like you said, laser spades thing on the back. It's almost like a cowl.
Almost like a cowl, so almost, or even just like.
But it comes at them and hisses. It's like a cobra hood.
So there's a hissing sound, and then it glides at them, which is when they run.
Man. So weird.
So, but there's a few different theories.
I bet it's owls.
There may be owls. There may be owls involved. And some people think it is straight up alien encounter. Some people think that it could be military.
Test suits or something.
Test suits, something, the gas and things. Some kind of chemical warfare.
Perhaps it's
testing.
like they're testing. They're doing. The mustard gas type smell as well, and especially this kind of suit that would kind of fit in, wouldn't it? If they're testing a suit, perhaps they're testing a suit against all different kinds of things.
Exactly. So maybe it's the case of the army are
and they're hushing it up.
But then there are also people who, as you guessed, do think it's an owl.
An owl.
It's a running thing. I thought I'd carry on with it.
It's
all three know.
Every episode.
There's been owls. In fact, this does get compared to the Hopkinsville goblins.
Yeah.
So
that was the first episode we did, and I gotta be honest, those goblin things.
That was great.
It was awesome, and the hillbillies that were fighting for 24 hours or something.
Yeah. So if you haven't seen that one, go back to it. But yeah, there was a guy called Joe Nichol. He was part of the Committee for Skeptical Inquiry. But apparently the bright light that they saw was most likely a meteor that had been spotted quite a few times
makes sense,
on that night. In fact, Apparently, there was even a report of a plane crashing, which was a misidentification of the meteor from another location.
Right.
So I mean, you can
I got
understand. It's not that they're just saying, "Oh, streak a light."
What happened? It was documented.
Yeah.
There was a meteor.
So-
Multiple witnesses.
Yeah.
Obviously, scientists have
As
said
somebody
it is-
else mistook it for the same type of event. The pulsating red light that they were heading towards, he thinks it may have been an aircraft navigation beacon.
Yeah.
Which I can kind of see, but that's the one bit I don't buy of his explanation, because if you're from the area, you'd know if there's one of them about.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So,
they wouldn't go, oh, there's a new beacon, a new light.
Yeah, unless it had literally been put up that day or something. I think they would have
As you
realised
said,
it.
it's in the middle of nowhere, isn't it?
Yeah,
Let's be honest.
yeah.
So you would definitely know if there was a beacon.
Yeah, so that bit
100%.
I'm not sure about, but yeah, he does suggest that the description given basically resembles an owl sitting in a tree or on a bush.
I fucking love owls.
Especially the hissing or screeching noise
Yeah,
they made
I
and
can
the
understand.
gliding towards them. It would explain the glide, and obviously the glowing eyes, as we covered before.
The glare,
Shine a
the
torch
shine.
into their eyes, and you get that reflection back. But
But the size, 12 foot tall.
yeah, well, there is.
Perspective, maybe.
What we'll have to do is we'll pull up. There's an image that I've seen somebody draw where it's meant to be an explanation, and in their diagram they're basically saying the owl is 6 foot tall, and they're saying it's a barn owl, and that's even a big barn owl. It's not 6 foot tall.
No.
So I mean,
18 inches tall, a barn owl.
yeah,
Wingspan,
yeah.
different wingspan.
Yeah.
2 foot, 3 foot.
But
what's
so,
the
so it's
town
the
called?
Flatwoods monster.
Flatwoods monster. Oh, they got the Flatwood monster in Fallout as well.
Yeah. Apparently there's a few cryptids in Fallout 76.
Yeah.
Mothman's in it. I know that.
Is it?
Yeah.
Awesome.
I know Bigfoot in the new Red Dead.
Yeah, you can go hunting Bigfoot.
Yeah.
But I haven't found Bigfoot yet. But also as well, in Fallout, I can't play Fallout. I love Fallout. It's
Yeah.
amazing. I got the original Fallout 4 for PS4, and it makes me so sad. It's unbelievable because the mood in it and the music. I'm just like within 20 minutes. I'm like, Flatwoods monster. Yeah.
But if you go to images,
Yeah. Okay. Images. And okay, so which one? Oh, that's
so
the barn owl.
that's the classic one.
Okay, so I put this up on the screen as well
Yeah.
for you guys.
So that's the classic.
But you can see that's made into a barn owl, isn't it? That's
Yeah,
been drawn like that on
exactly.
purpose.
But obviously that size then doesn't
It-
really work with.
Well, unless I think what they're trying to do with this one is that he's standing. There's a bush behind the
Yes,
barn owl,
yeah.
so it makes it look like there's.
But it would have to be
bigger.
a pretty tall bush. I mean,
yeah.
there it's like half bush, half owl. That wouldn't get up to 10 foot.
No.
That'd be like 4 foot off the ground.
Oh, definitely, yeah. Especially unless it was like, it would have to be for perspective. It'd have to be like right up in your face.
Yeah,
And you'd be able
yeah.
to see straight away with the barn owl.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
but maybe that's just an artist's interpretation.
Yeah.
It could have been that, but just a lot less of it was owl and a lot more of it was bush. But
There we go. That's what you're saying. I put this one up as well. That's where you can see now the Ace of Spades cowl.
in
Type.
fact, that's a very good documentary on it.
Is it?
Yes,
So it's the Flatwood monster.
if it's the one I'm thinking
A
of. anyway.
legacy, yeah, a legacy of fear.
It's done by Small Town Monsters, I think it's called.
Yeah,
They do a few different documentaries, little 45-minute ones.
that's cool.
In fact, they're starting, I think it's a 30-minute long episode series on finding Bigfoot.
Oh, cool. Excuse, sorry guys, I'm so hungover.
Yeah, somebody decided to stay up till 7:30 drinking,
It's now,
even though we were filming today.
yeah, it's now not even 12 hours ago. I went to sleep.
But yeah, so that's the Flatwoods monster, and just the image of it intrigues me.
Yeah,
It doesn't look
Right.
like anything.
because it's weird, isn't it? They've made it obviously, like you were saying, with the steel, the metal. Obviously like a dress-shaped armour. These guys have illustrated and drawn it like that, and they look more robotic, don't they? They've made it look robotic on purpose.
Yeah, well, a lot of people who do think that this is an alien creature do think it is some kind of armour or defensive suit.
Like some people have literally drawn it like a dress, like you were saying.
Yeah.
Some people have drawn it like a Dalek.
Yeah, and you get a lot of people draw the cute cartoons of it where they do make it into a proper flowing dress. And
no, there's even people who've been making 3D printed things like.
Yeah, I posted a picture of a model of one on the page today, actually.
Amazing. For anyone who doesn't know, Tom handles the Facebook page. All those memes and Bigfoot things that you find is unbelievable.
It's taken over my life.
I sit there, I wake up some days. It says your scheduled post from the Welsh Bigfoot organisation has gone live. I look at it, I'm just like, Tom, where do you find these things? It's amazing. And for anyone who doesn't know, the way this Facebook page started is I was on a bus ride to London to watch A Perfect Circle playing it, and I was drunk, all kinds of drunk, and I had 5 hours to kill. Everyone else had gone to sleep. So I was like, I'll make a Bigfoot page. And instantly, within 20 minutes, I had people messaging me saying about that I'd love to be able to put it on there. It's the first thing. Within 20 minutes, a Welsh guy, the aquatic drop bears man in Brecon, and that just made the whole thing. I don't know if he was trolling us or whether it was a real encounter. I hope it was a real encounter. But I hope it was a troll as well, because he was absolutely fucking diamond at it as well.
Either way, it kind of snowballed something.
It was brilliant. And then me and Tom, we meet in the pub a lot, obviously, and the conversation gets to cryptids and Bigfoot and fucking
aliens,
serial killers.
There's
a big one,
a lot of the time.
And so we're just like, I've got the Facebook page, let's just do it. let's do it properly.
And 6 months later?
6 months, 3 episodes. We're a bit of a slack, but we'll get on it a bit better.
I'm now dreaming about Bigfoot memes, but you gotta sacrifice things sometimes.
Fair play, 555 followers on that page, and a lot of the posts there. We post a lot of things like articles and actual encounters and things, but we also post a lot of funny shit as well. And some of those are getting 50,000 views.
Yeah, we've had about 40 to 50,000.
It's crazy. Absolutely crazy when it spirals out.
So
it's just
thank you for sharing as well, guys.
Cheers, because it's you guys. We don't know why you guys have shared it.
Yeah.
I wish we did know, because I would share every single post there.
Yeah.
It works really, really well. Wow. So is that it?
I think that's it for the Flatwoods monster.
It's
I will
cool.
say the Air Force agreed that it was most likely an owl.
Yeah.
So who knows? Maybe that is a cover, because
I think
the owl picture.
Yeah.
I'm not convinced by the picture.
I'm not convinced by that either, because literally you would have to be, if there's a bush behind it and it's supposed to be 12 foot tall, it would be
about 10
as
foot
close
bush.
as this camera is towards us.
Either that or far enough away but a big bush.
Huge bush, you'd have to be a 10 foot tall bush, because the barrel's not bigger than 2 foot, is it?
I was convinced by that explanation until we started talking. Now I'm starting to doubt it.
Yeah.
And if the Air Force agree with it as well, maybe it's military.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Fuck the military.
Yeah, fucking military.
But I like I really, really like
Right, respect to them and everything, Nick, but...
Yeah, but they hide shit.
Yeah, stop hiding shit.
What was I going to say? Fucking hell, man, I lost it.
You can't whisper, I'm mic'd up. They can hear you, guys.
Hopefully, anyway. Sound, yeah. So, I think a recurring theme of this is going to be owls.
Owls, yeah.
I'm going to try my best to get. This week I haven't got a story about an owl, but I do have. Right, but you can kind of see a lot of scientists and stuff are saying that with the receding water, it was left there.
Yeah.
It can happen. It was 500 meters into the forest, which was quite weird. That is weird in itself. Today, I was having a quick look, just having a look around to see what we could talk about, and I was going to talk about a similar story, a UFO encounter, a bit like the day the Earth stood still. but it was too close to. I think it was literally
well, the link to Jesus put you off.
That's it. Yeah. So what happened basically, it was about Valiant Thor, and Valiant Thor came. He's from Venus. He came down, and he wanted to tell us how to survive nuclear war, basically, not to happen and stuff. And he wanted to see the president, and he lived in the Pentagon. It's exactly the same as the day the Earth stood still. And then all of a sudden, it went to straight into to Jesus, being the Venetian. The people from Venus were the original Jesus Christ. Came down the first instance, and then. This is Valiant Thor was the second coming of Jesus, and I was just like,
it got far too culty.
I was just like, done.
Far too culty.
So, I happened, and I gotta be honest, the Express is amazing, isn't it?
Oh, this
just for weird shit.
Yeah.
And I think the guy I'd love to find out who the guy is that writes for the Express.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure he's just like one of us, and I'm guaranteed he just either gets drunk or does lots of drugs, and then.
Yeah.
So he's seen this on Facebook and gone, holy shit. Right,
so the forest.
So here we go. This is the headline in the Express. Humpback whale found in middle of the Amazon was left there by aliens. Shock claim. Humpback whale was found in the Amazon jungle last week, was abducted by aliens who returned it to the wrong place. Conspiracy theories have sensationally claimed. Now, you travel through the wormhole, down the rabbit hole, when you go into these kind of articles. And so the majority of the article is literally about how weird it is that the humpback whale was there and scientists are dumbfounded, which is weird, which is mental, because it's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, it is weird. It's ginormous. It shouldn't be a humpback whale.
36-foot long humpback whale. But why would aliens... Conspiracy theories have jumped to the conclusion that aliens abducted the whale to analyse it and returned it to the wrong place. So, Scott Waring, and he's got a blog called UFO Sightings Daily, and this is where it all spirals right out of control, because he's like, I love it, I gotta be honest, I think it's brilliant. But I want to know, because I read these things all the time, and I've never ever heard of aliens abducting whales. No. And this guy talks about it like it's like no common thing. Yeah, like it happens all the time.
It's really fucked. Yes.
Yeah. It's like whales are often taken by UFOs, analysed and then returned, but sometimes animals are returned to a location that is not hospitable to them. Apparently the alien who took this whale had no idea that they only live in water. I fucking love it.
I mean, it didn't really analyse the whale very well, did it? I mean,
no.
Take that, we'll do some tests on it. Didn't figure out it needed to be in the water.
So biologists who were on the scene offered a more kind of logical explanation to it. I believe the giant mammal, which is thought to be an infant, so it's a baby one.
That makes sense.
Only 1 year old, got stranded from its pod and ended up in the fresh water. So it got basically into the river system, and on its way through the river system, then it died because it's not hospitable for them. So this scientist, so Renata Emin, she's a marine specialist, said, we're still not sure how it landed there, but we're guessing that the creature floated close to the shore and the tide, which has been pretty considerable over the past few days, so it's a rainy season.
Yeah.
Picked it up and threw it inland into the mangrove swamps. So that's kind of...
Now that means, I completely buy that
exactly,
makes
yeah.
total sense.
Now then, let's go over to UFO Sightings Daily. This blog is wicked.
I'm sure they're going to know a lot more.
Yeah, definitely. Great photos on here. So this baby humpback was among some trees, shrubs far from the beach. This is the bit, right? As if it's normal. Whales are often taken by UFOs, analysed and returned. Apparently, blah, 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 blah. I just read that bit out. Yeah, cool. And then look at that. There's actually a picture of a UFO apparently abducting whales. And I don't believe that they would need to return them to the middle of the Amazon. And it's not even the middle of the Amazon rainforest, really, is it? Let's be honest. It's 500 meters into the mangroves.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah, you'd think they'd have the accuracy to be able to put them back in the right place, wouldn't you?
Well,
Unless they just don't care.
They don't give a
Maybe
shit.
they just think, oh, fuck it, we're done with it now. Chuck it over there.
But there was also there's a bit in it as well that they couldn't find any tampering to the whale. There's no surgical marks. There's no reason why the whale would have died apart from being in fresh water. So that's what they reckon has killed the whale.
Which again would make you think, yeah, it got stranded there and the tide went out.
Yeah, exactly. And they've had particularly heavy rains, so it's pushed him further inland than they would ever do. Yeah, but I loved.
Unless the aliens are really crafty.
Oh yeah, that's it.
Going in through the blowhole or something.
I'd go in through the blowhole.
I know you would. I know you'd go in through the blowhole.
But I love the the jump. It's like anything, isn't it?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you can just go, fucking aliens.
Yeah, I mean, I'm open-minded to stuff, but yeah, sometimes
there's a bit of a leap, isn't there?
Yeah.
You know, I'll put aliens to anything. Trust me. But that is a little bit of a leap.
Yeah, it's a bit too much of a leap for my liking.
It's like I like to kind of. You're more of a classic kind of story guy.
Yeah.
I'm kind of more trying to keep it as current as I
can. Which we need. Otherwise, we'd all be living in the 50s.
Oh, I'd love to live in the 50s.
Well, you say that now.
Yeah. But
I mean, we wouldn't be on YouTube.
That's not a bad thing, is it?
That's not a bad thing. We might as well not be on you now.
Sounds bound.
Right. Bonus story. I did post an article about this on the page. Well, it couldn't be more than a couple of weeks ago. It was only came out in the news a couple of weeks ago. It's the guy in Australia who claims he's found some genuine Yowie hairs on a fence, which would prove that Yowies do exist if we can prove that that's what they came from.
So the Australian Bigfoot.
So yeah, it's the Australian version of Bigfoot. So like you got different names from around the world. You got the Yeti, Wild Man, Sasquatch,
Skunk Ape. Skunk Ape.
Yeah, I know you love a bit of Skunk Ape. So yeah, they're pretty much the same thing, but Australian. They've been told about by Aboriginal tribes. They've got stories about them, just like in North America, the Native Americans have stories.
The Aborigines themselves are like really interesting as well, because obviously they don't write things down, they didn't document things, but they do it in stories.
Yeah.
They I love that. They think that they came from the sky, and the sky gods came, so they think that that they originated from the sky.
Yeah.
And they have stories, very much like the Native Americans have stories passed down, and they think Bigfoot is sacred to them. And sacred
in the forest type of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, so this guy, what's his name? David Taylor.
Yeah.
He claims to have found these hairs in a fence in a national park. They'd had a tip off that there'd been some activity there.
And I think it's important to say that this guy, he considered himself a skeptic to start with.
Yes, yeah.
So
I was going to get onto that.
Yeah, I know. Sorry, but he had his own encounter.
Back in 2010, he claims in a national park he was walking up a foot trail, and all of a sudden a Yowie came darting out of the bush and crossed this path in 3 strides, was gone within a couple of split seconds, I suppose.
As fast as it came, it was gone.
And then the following, in the next couple of days, the National Yowie Research Centre or something, they found a footprint in the exact same location. And so since then he's believed, and he's been looking for evidence. But yeah, so he's found this fence, and in the twisted metal of the fence he's found this long, coarse, blonde hair, which apparently smells like a mixture of rotten meat and urine. I've seen on one site them suggesting that maybe it's the way Bigfoot colours their hair.
Bigfoot colours their hair.
Bigfoot's colour their hair with urine. I don't think that's the case.
That's awesome.
I think they're probably just not as hygienic as this, if that is it. Or maybe that's just part of the smell.
Yeah.
But
maybe that's what's really nice. It's really hot.
To them, maybe they love the smell of piss and rotten meat. I mean, why not? I mean, I'm sure I've been with some girls internationally that had a similar odour. But anyway, he has sent this hair off for analysis. Obviously, they don't have anything to compare it with to say that yes, it is a Yowie. So he's hoping they're not going to get any results that match any local wildlife.
Yeah, that's the thing. They're going to rule out local wildlife, and then obviously if they can't find what it is,
then it's something else.
Then it's something else. Yeah. But a lot of these things as well, there's going to be a lot of kind of contamination. It's all about whittling down the samples correctly, really.
But yeah, the fence as well.
I'll show you the fence. I'll put it up on the screen.
We're going to put up the picture of the fence, but
it is fucked, isn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty twisted, to be fair. And as he says, most animals, to get it that twisted, would probably have got caught in it and end up killing themselves. Yeah. It must have been a pretty big animal that's done it. But the picture looks like, yeah, you could be right. I mean, the scale looks about right. It does look like it'd have to be something pretty big to do it.
And what I'll do as well, I'll put a picture up of David Taylor as well, the guy who this is all about, because he does look henched, and he's looking nails as well.
He does. He doesn't look like somebody I'd trust on the Dark Knight.
Yeah.
But
fair enough.
If you're out looking for a Yowie, I kind of would like him on my team.
So yeah. So like this, I didn't. There's a bit in this, right? So we were in the Stretch National Park. We got a lot of tip-offs when we spotted the damage to the fence. The wires had been snapped and twisted like nothing we'd ever seen. I've seen a broken fence before.
Yeah, it is. We live in Wales.
It is pretty fucked up, though, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, that's definitely not a sheep getting caught in it. What have you? That's something pretty big.
And it says. Oh, this is talking about his actual.
There's any cows out there either.
No, I don't think so. But the thing is as well, like Australia is literally just
it's
expanse.
It's huge, and the vast majority of it, there is no people there.
No, they're just on the coast. Yeah. So there's scattered cities around the coast, and then the rest of it is just everything just wants to kill you.
Yeah. It's just like just stay the fuck out of that part.
Yeah, the animals, the terrain, everything just wants to kill you. That is, there's a picture of the footprint as well.
That's a pretty good. I can see that quite clearly, actually.
But a very small, one ginormous big toe, and then normal sized feet.
Little nubbins.
Little nubbins, or like a nubbins. Yeah. So all these obviously I put up as well as we're talking.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty interesting one. I mean, it's not just the hair, the footprints.
I didn't want to fucking do this, but I just found a comment on this page. Now this is the Daily Mail, but there's a comment section and someone who calls himself Stroke Lust. Apparently he's coming from the International Space Station. It's brilliant. He should have waited the 21 days for the test results to come through first before proclaiming proof. I'd be the first to eat that hair if it really is from a Yowie. I think I'll comment on this now. Go and comment on this one. Is awesome. Yeah. So that was.
Yeah, I think that's. I'll be keeping an eye out to see if any results that might get found. Why are you looking at articles about EastEnders?
I accidentally
God's
clicked
looking
on
soap operas now for some reason. We're not doing a new podcast on soap operas. I'm not having that. But yeah, that's it on that really. I mean, what all we can do now is sit back and wait for the results.
Yeah, 21 days.
21 days. Not that long.
Should be around now.
Well, no, it was 19th of February that was posted. So
yeah,
towards the end of March.
Right, easily. So thank you guys for watching. Remember to give us a thumbs up if you like what we do, and to subscribe. If you want to contact either of us, you can contact us through the Bigfoot page, so the Welsh Bigfoot organisation on Facebook. There's also an email address, welshbigfootorganisation@outlook.com.
I forgot about that.
Yeah. You can. What I'll do as well is on the Facebook page, I'm going to pop down a Discord, so you can join our Discord as well, and then share this as much as you can, guys. And at the end of the day, we have a hell of a laugh doing it, and share your stories with us as well, so we can actually say,
Yeah. If you've got any stories,
absolutely.
send them our way, and we'd be more happy to talk about them, or not talk about them if you don't want us to. But yeah.
Or we can talk about them and then just not include you guys. If you want to be anonymous, that's fine, and we don't mind that.
No, it's fine.
But at the end of the day, like I really, really, really want to show you guys and talk about the aquatic drop bears.
Yeah,
awesome.
we need to.
There's
look
also
back into that.
There's one girl as well, isn't there, that teases us on our.
Oh yeah, I won't say any names.
No, I can't say names, obviously.
There's one person who's teased us with that they've had encounters, but we've had a little snippet. But if you're watching this and you'd like to talk to us properly,
please do
get in touch. But yeah, otherwise, guys, this has been the Bigfoot Podcast.
Yeah, see you next time. Ta-ra, guys.